Look at your bank account. Now look at your calendar. There is a gap between the life you're paying for and the life you're actually living. We call this the ghost wealth trap. You aren't struggling because you're bad with numbers. You're struggling because you are paying a silent tax that no government collects. It's a tax levied by your own brain, triggered by a world designed to keep you in a state of perpetual, not enough. Think about the last, big, thing you bought. A car upgrade, a new tech device, a home renovation. In that moment, you weren't buying an object. You were buying a version of yourself that you thought would finally feel secure. But that version of you is a ghost. It doesn't exist. Yet, you are paying interest on its lifestyle every single month. This is the first invisible drain, the identity lease. We rent our personalities from brands, and the monthly payments are killing our ability to actually build wealth. Let's talk about the $4,000 ghost. This is the average amount a modern professional loses every year to micro-convenience friction. It's not just the DoorDash fees. It's the subscription you forgot to cancel, the premium for the faster version of a service you barely use, and the cost of replacing things you bought because you were too tired to maintain the ones you already had. We've been conditioned to trade our future freedom for 10 minutes of current convenience. When you look at your bank statement, you don't see a $4,000 charge. You see $1,004 charges. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. But there's a deeper psychological shift happening right now. In a world of overstimulation, the ultimate luxury isn't more. It's less. We are seeing the rise of frugal optimism. This isn't about deprivation. It's about the realization that every dollar you don't spend on a ghost identity is a minute of your life you buy back. When you realize that wealth isn't the ability to buy things, but the ability to say no to things you don't even want, the anxiety starts to lift. The escalation of this problem happens in the comparison corridor. You aren't comparing your life to your neighbor anymore. You're comparing it to a curated, AI-enhanced, algorithmic peak of a stranger's best day. This creates a baseline of stress. You feel behind because the finish line is being moved by an algorithm that profits from your feeling of inadequacy. The money cure isn't a better budget, it's a better boundary. If you want to break the cycle, you have to perform a forensic audit. Stop looking at your expenses as needs versus wants. Start looking at them as assets versus ego. An asset buys you time. Ego buys you a temporary mask. Most of us are mask rich and time poor. The moment you stop feeding the ghost, you realize you actually have enough right now. The wealth was always there, it was just being used to fuel a fire that was never meant to keep you warm. Freedom isn't a number in a bank account. It's the distance between what you have and what you think you need. Shorten that distance, and you become untouchable. Stop paying the silent tax. Reclaim your sanity. Reclaim your future.